Let's play ball. Okay. Blue Jays. Let's play ball.
Welcome to this week's episode of A Random Blue Jays First Blue Jays Days. On this week's episode, we talk about the Blue Jays debut of relief pitcher Mark Lowe. Mark was born June 7th, 1983 in Houston, Texas. Mark was acquired by the Toronto Blue Jays July 31st, 2015 in a trade with the Seattle Mariners. In exchange for Mark, the Blue Jays sent Nick Wells, Jake Brentz, and Rob Rasmussen the other way. Nick Wells, a left-handed pitcher, made it to AAA in 2021, but has yet to reach the majors. He was still active in the minor leagues in 2025. Jake Brentz, another left-handed pitcher, never played for the Mariners, but has pitched in the big leagues for 80 innings for the Royals. He is currently playing professionally in the minor leagues. Rob Rasmussen, a right-handed pitcher, pitched in 11 games for the Blue Jays in 2014 and 2015 before the trade to the Mariners. He made 19 appearances for the Mariners in 2015. Rob retired at the conclusion of the 2015 season. The 2015 trade deadline was one of the more active for the Toronto Blue Jays. In addition to the Lowe trade, the Blue Jays made the following significant deadline deals. On July 28th, the Blue Jays acquired Troy Tulowitzki and LaTroy Hawkins from the Rockies for Miguel Castro, current Blue Jays closer Jeff Hoffman, Jose Reyes, and Jesus Tinoco. On July 30th, the Blue Jays acquired David Price from the Tigers for Matthew Boyd, Jairo Labor, and Daniel Norris. On July 31st, the Blue Jays acquired Ben Revere from the Phillies for Alberto Tirado and Jimmy Corrado. Yahoo Sports broke down the Blue Jays' 2015 trade line in great detail. I will post a link to their article in the description of this podcast. At the time of his trade, Mark was 0-1 with a 1.00 ERA with 36 innings pitched. Very good numbers for a middle reliever. Mark Lowe came to a Blue Jays team that was 53-51, 6 games back of the Yankees in the American League East. The Blue Jays would finish the 2015 season 93-69, finishing 6 games up on the Yankees, winning the American League East pennant, marking a 12-game swing in the final 2 months of the season. It did not take long for Mark to see his first action as a Blue Jay. On August 1st, 2015, the Blue Jays were hosting the Kansas City Royals. The Blue Jays starting lineup that day: newly acquired Ben Revere in left, Josh Donaldson at third, Jose Bautista in right, Edwin Encarnacion at DH, Justin Smoke at first, Dioner Navarro at catcher, Kevin Pillar in center field, Munenero Kawasaki at second, Ryan Goins at shortstop. Troy Tulowitzki and Chris Colabello would enter the game as pinch hitters. Mark Buehrle started that day for the Jays. Liam Hendriks also saw action on the mound that day. In the lineup for the Royals that day was longtime Blue Jay Alex Rios. Mark entered the game in the top of the 8th inning with the Blue Jays leading 5-4. And to be honest, it was not the greatest debut in the history of the Toronto Blue Jays. The first batter Mark faced as a Blue Jay was Alcides Escobar, who flew out to left field. Off to not a bad start. Then, Ben Zobrist hit a home run to right field. Lorenzo Cain doubled to left. Eric Hosmer singled to left field. Cain scored. Future Blue Jay Kendrys Morales singled to right. Salvador Perez hit the sacrifice fly to the left field, scoring Hosmer. With Alex Rios at bat, Gerard Dyson was caught stealing. Mark was then replaced in the top of the 9th by Liam Hendriks. The final line for Mark's first game was 1 inning pitched, 3 earned runs on 4 hits. Mark was saddled with a loss and a blown save in this game. For the remainder of the season, Mark made a total of 23 appearances with a record of 1-2 with a 3.79 ERA across 19 innings. He also had 1 save, striking out 14 against only 1 walk. As all Blue Jay fans fondly recall, the Blue Jays made the playoffs in 2015, topped by the memorable Jose Bautista bat flip. Mark Lowe made 6 appearances for the Blue Jays in the 2015 playoffs across the ALDS versus Texas and the ALCS versus the same Royals he made his Blue Jays debut against. In the 2015 playoffs, Mark had a combined line of 4 1/3 innings, giving up only 2 runs on 1 hit, with 6 strikeouts against only 2 walks. The final batter Mark faced as a Blue Jay was Ben Zobrist, who was also the player who hit the home run in his Blue Jays debut. After the season was completed, Mark would file for free agency and sign with the Tigers for the 2016 season. Mark retired after the 2019 season after playing for the Sugarland Skeeters of the Atlantic League, which is independent ball. I have no personal recollection. I never met Mark Lowe, so there's no fun story at the end of this episode. On the next episode, we recall the interesting journey to the Blue Jays of Ryan Yarbrough.
Hello, my name's Parker and I don't know what to do.